Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I am going to be casing two ways, both copy and share, and as well I'll be making a clean and simple card. So first up is my copy and share, and I am going to be using Spellbinders May 2024 club kits for both of my cards. For my first card here, I am using the Glimmer of the Month, which is this huge flower. So this is really big. My card today is actually a 6x6 card because this flower is so big, and I love it because it's a great, you don't always have to use the whole design. You could always use like a portion of this. I think it would be really beautiful. So you could use it on a smaller card, but I do feel like that for larger cards, it's great because you don't really need much more than just that beautiful flower. I mean, this by itself, I feel like is just so clean and simple, and I could have stopped there and actually used this as my second card, my clean and simple card. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to die cut through this. I had to work up the nerve to do this because I got a really good foiling. It's like darn near perfect foiling. And so to die cut through it felt, I really had to really, talk myself into it. But my original inspiration is from Ink It Up with Jessica. I've seen this sort of technique a couple times, but I don't know that I've ever really done it myself. And so what she has, she actually has several different examples for how to do this sort of spotlight technique of just coloring a portion of your stamped image. I'm using a glimmered image today. And I've definitely seen that technique where you've got this larger image and then you die cut through it and you add sort of like a solid color cardstock frame behind the portion that you've die cut out, and it makes this really neat effect. I really like the look of it, and I've seen it definitely done variety of different times before. Seeing the one that Jessica put together really kind of made me set my mind to giving this a try, and so thank you so much for the inspiration. I tried to find her exact post on Instagram, but I couldn't because I saw the original image on Pinterest. And so I'll leave a link to, I think it was a blog post. I'll try to find it again. If not, I'll leave a link to Ink It Up with Jessica on Instagram if you want to give her a follow. And what's great about the Glimmer of the Month is if you get the deluxe caboodle, there's always some freebies that you get, or it's usually just the one freebie, but this month there's actually two. And the first freebie goes with the Better Press, so it's a Better Press set of sentiments, and then the second freebie is this layering stencil set, which is perfect for coloring in your glimmered image. So I've just got the two layers here. I've got a couple of different colors in Versa Magic, and I'm blending this so that there's a portion that is a little bit darker, and then it gets lighter as it kind of goes out to the tips of the flower petals. So it's nice to have the stencils. It's so much faster to color for me than, say, using my alcohol markers. So I really love this as an option because you can still get, some of that shading, some of the highlights and all of that. It doesn't have to be flat coloring, but it's so fast, which is what I love about it. And so I've just done that bit of spotlight coloring where I am only coloring the portion of the glimmered image that I die cut out. It ends up being most of the flower because, to be honest, I just felt like I couldn't go smaller than that. I really wanted to see a lot of the flower, colored in. So I wasn't quite as brave as Jessica's original, where she really only clipped sort of the corners of her floral the two floral sprays that she had stamped on her card. So I definitely feel like I need to do this again, maybe get a little bit braver and and really clip off more of that stamped image or glimmered image in my case today. But I felt like for this design, I didn't want to clip it too much, and I think you still get the effect of, the look of it just being partially colored in. But it's definitely, I think, more dramatic the way that Jessica had hers. So I'll revisit this technique for sure, but I really love how this card turned out. And I went through my stash of glimmered sentiments, and so I just picked one out. I think this would make for a really nice Mother's Day card. I kind of wish I had thought about that when I made this. It still can be, because the sentiment I picked was love you so much. So I think I could still use this as a Mother's Day card. But I'm just going to add my sentiment right to, well, not quite centered, a little bit towards the bottom, but still pretty centered in that frame there. Okay, so then now for my clean and simple card. This one's going to go pretty fast too. It features the large die of the month. And in the large die of the month, you get two gorgeous flamingos, but you also get some florals. I love this flower. I put together a couple of few when I was prepping pieces for my flip video. So if you want to see more inspiration featuring the Spellbinders clubs, you can check out my flip video if you haven't already. And this one I did have in mind to make a Mother's Day card. So there was a Better Press set that was all Mother's Day, Father's Day sentiments, which is just so perfect. And so I better pressed a lot of them when I was doing the prep for my flip video. And so I've got some extra pieces. I've got some extra, I just learned this, when we did our live stream on the first, a monstera flower or leaf, monstera leaf, and I should have asked what flower this is, but it's gorgeous. Whatever it is it an orchid? I'm not 100%, but what I'm gonna do is put some 3D glue gel on the kind of where the leaves, because I curled the leaves so that there's some dimension, and so I'm just adding some glue gel behind those upturned leaves so that it actually holds that lift. And even when this gets shipped, it's not going to completely flatten out. Because once this glue gel, this is Kalau 3D glue gel, once it dries, it's going to dry hard. So it's going to hold that dimension and kind of keep that look of the leaves curled up. And then the last thing that I need to do is just add this sentiment. And I've really kind of enjoyed putting this series together because it's really getting me to kind of step outside my comfort zone, because clean and simple is really hard for me. It's very hard for me to leave so much white space, like actual white space of the card base. A lot of times I cheat and will put like an embossed panel behind there that's white on white. But I'm getting braver. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with every clean and simple card that I make, where I'm actually leaving just the bare card base, the weight of the card base. And so I'm really enjoying this series for that. And the copy and share aspect of it is also really encouraging me to kind of look at other cards and draw inspiration and try new things. So here's a final recap of both of my cards today. I really love how this one turned out. I know I wasn't super brave with the spotlight of this because it's mostly colored, but I promise I'll give this technique another go and I'll try to be braver. I just really love how this one turned out. Thanks so much for joining me today, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye!